The subject you guys are talking about, right? Health is wealth, and one of the best ways we can take care of ourselves is sleep, as you heard there. But a new study is revealing Americans' sleeping habits and its effects on overall health. And if you're not prioritizing getting your Z's, well, you might be in for a rude awakening. Joining me now to talk about this is the CEO of the National Sleep Foundation, John Lopos. John, thanks for being with us this morning.
Thanks, Evan. Great to be here.
So I am guilty of this, absolutely, especially with this most recent time change. Maybe saying, hey, I can lose a couple hours here and there. I can catch up on it over the course of the weekend. Is it true that can you actually catch up on sleep at a later time?
Well, I mean, you build up a sleep debt when you start losing sleep, and it takes a little while to catch up, actually. We are recommending that people try to keep as regular as possible with their sleep, because when you're not getting, we know that when we're not getting enough of the quality sleep that we need, it actually can lead to negative health outcomes, high blood pressure, weight gain, depression, even lowering our immune function and response. So it's really important to try to get the sleep that we need. And for most adults, we recommend between 7 and 9 hours a day.
Now, you guys just conducted a study, right, that kind of released a lot of data about how Americans sleep. What are some of the findings that you guys found in that?
Well, so we field the Sleep in America poll every year. We've been doing it for 30 years. And this year we focused on daytime activities that we know are important for our sleep. Daylight. Daylight's important. We need bright light in the morning and in the afternoon, and almost half of us are not getting enough of that daylight. Exercise. About a third of us are still pretty sedentary, and we need exercise also to help our sleep. Regular, consistent meal times. Only 4 in 10 people are taking their meals at consistent times day to day. These are things that actually impact our sleep at night. And one of the most significant findings that we saw from our poll results this year is that almost 60% of us are still on our screens at night when we should be sleeping. And then screens and sleep don't mix.
So it makes sense that screens are a big issue, but I feel like it's also kind of at least a new idea to me to hear that the practices that you take on throughout the day have a big impact on what your sleep schedule is going to look like at night.
Yeah, that's an important part of sleep health. And being your best slept self. It's the small steps that you can take during the day and the night that are going to pay off some big returns for your sleep health. I mentioned some things during the day, and there are other things that we can be doing at night. That calming routine, the wind down is something that's important. And whether it's relaxing with a book, or maybe a warm shower or bath, or some quiet music, that's important, the wind down, because you want to get to sleep at the same time and wake up at the same time. 7 to 9 hours is the sweet spot. Meals. You shouldn't be eating heavy meals. Avoid nicotine, caffeine, and alcohol between around 2 to 3 hours before you want to sleep. And finally, that sleep-friendly environment, the bedroom. That should be something that's quiet, and it's cool, and it's dark. And I can't emphasize enough that when it's time for sleep, it's time for the screens to go away.
Is there a single thing that you would say most people get wrong about their sleep habits that if you could say is kind of like one key part of it? Do you have one?
I think regularity overall. I think that the theme is what we're doing during the day, what we're doing at night, really speaks to regularity. And you want to have consistency in your whole approach to your sleep ritual.
And I saw that it also is important kind of how much light you guys are getting, everyone is getting at night versus in the day. How does just light itself play a role in our sleep?
Light's an important trigger for our circadian rhythm, that natural sleep-wake cycle and process. Light is good during the day. It helps keep us up. It's not good at night. It helps keep us up.
That makes sense. And that probably is a big reason why you say keep your phone out of your hand when you're headed to bed, right? Because of that light from the screen?
It's the light from the screen, but also if you think about it, what are we doing on screens? We're engaged with that content. And so our mind is still going. It's not necessarily a kind of peaceful wind down process.
I saw on your guys' website you got a ton of info, helpful tips, even a book available for viewers. So let us know where people watching at home can get more information.
There's more information at vnsf.org. That's our website. There's only one National Sleep Foundation, and we are at vnsf.org. Also, I'd encourage people to follow us on social media. Right now, I'd recommend Instagram, because if you follow us, you can qualify for a giveaway for a bedroom makeover.
Ooh, okay, that's pretty exciting. Thank you, Dr. John Lopos, for being with us this morning. Some helpful tips, especially in a time that we're all contending with this big time change with daylight saving time. So we appreciate you being with us. Eric, like we've been talking about and like he said, regularity is kind of the key to this.
And a bedroom makeover, you could get a new bed and maybe even help with those Z's.
How about that? A bedroom makeover. I could be down for that one.
All right, thank you, gentlemen.